to 24 Willie Mays Plaza, the home of the Giants and Oracle Park. An AL West matchup on the show. It's the Texas Rangers taking on the Athletics. First pitch coming your way next. Just about set to go now. And our pitcher tonight, Jeffrey Springs. Chris, what should we keep an eye on here with him?
Well, he got into the 8th inning his last time out, really pitching deep into games as of late. We'll see today how many innings he's got in him.
Now here is Wyatt Langford. That's down and in, a slider missed.
1-0.
First pitch, 7:07.
A little bit high. 2 balls, no strikes.
Ball, that's off the plate.
And there's the automatic.
Clearly taking all the way there in that 3-0 count. It was a cookie right down the middle.
That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted him first base with a quick free pass.
Josh Smith stepping in for the Rangers. There's a strike. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
Springs checks the runner, and he's back in safely.
Base runner with a one-way lead right there. All he's trying to do is get a look at the pitcher's move. Had no intent of stealing on that pitch.
And it's even up.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
2 strikes.
That one misses. 3-2 now.
So here we go. Base runner at first. Could be running on the pitch. He's got good enough speed to steal the bag to get in scoring position, even if it's a swing and miss at the plate.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out and one away.
Just a great slider right there. And I think the key for pitchers and what hitters don't want to see is if a pitcher...
There goes the runner. Pitching for a strike. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag.
I think that steal kind of sets the tone, not just for this game, but for the entire series. First inning, game 1, so that kind of tells me they're going to be aggressive on offense and try to force the issue whenever they can.
Man at second, and that's in for a strike.
Well, this guy's so comfortable hitting with 2 strikes, even a good pitch early in the at-bat. If he's not ready to pull the trigger, he's not worried if he gets to an 0-2 count.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Most guys are very aggressive when they see the stakes out there on the base paths and can't understand why he wasn't ready to swing the bat. You've got to be ready to swing the bat in a situation like that with the go-ahead run in scoring position.
And now it's Jake Berger to hit. And that's a little high. Runner at second, 2 down. Fouled off down the right side. And now the lefty. Check swing, called strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Now a screamer into the outfield. And that is that. No runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. And now the Athletics offense gets its first shot here. No score. Back here at Oracle Park. And on the hill today, Cody Bradford.
Well, last year kind of around the league average in terms of ERA. And you know what? That's why you have 5 different spots in the starting rotation. You've got to have
Leading
people
off
round
for
things
the
out.
A's,
And not everyone's going to pitch like a number 1 or number 2 every outing or every season. But last year, he gave his team an opportunity and a chance to win every time he took the mound on average. And when you look at that kind of performance, it has a place on every ball club.
Simeon makes the grab, 1 away.
Batting second, shortstop, Jacob Wilson.
Jacob Wilson up next for the A's. Sing, you talk about a guy that has all the skills. The range is really good, but the arm just stands out, and he makes all the plays. Puts it in the air out towards left center. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. That's out number 2.
Designated hitter, Brent Rooker.
2 down, bases empty. And next is the designated hitter, Brent Rooker. Singy, you can't ask for anything more. This guy checks all the boxes offensively.
He is the ultimate professional, and it doesn't just start at game time. It starts in the afternoon, the way he prepares and gets ready for the ball game. I tell you what, his teammates feed off of the leadership that he shows on and off the field. And because of that big power arm, he's able to play a little bit deeper, make throws from the outfield grass all the way across the diamond, and still get a pretty good runner. That's impressive.
2 outs, bases empty. Headed towards the corner. And that is a foul ball. Swings and misses. Tosses to first, and that will end the inning. We head to the second from San Francisco. No score. Second inning
Leading
set
off
to
for
go.
Texas,
Here's Josh
third
Young.
baseman, Josh Young.
Let's go, Jeffrey.
Springs back to work. And there's a ball. And foul ball. Springs winds and deals. High fly ball out towards left field. That's back there. Onto the track, and he makes the catch.
Tried to take on the wind in left field right there. Just a little too much traffic up in the air. Mother Nature won that one. It's hard to say, but I think that might be gone otherwise.
Now it's Marcus Simeon. For Marcus Simeon, probably the biggest adjustment and improvement he's made has been on defense. Simeon made 35 errors as a shortstop in 2015 with the Athletics, and by the time 2021 came around, he won a Gold Glove with the Blue Jays.
Batting seventh, center fielder, Kevin
Runner on
Pillar.
at first with 1 gone. Here's Kevin Pillar, and that's a strike. Late on that fastball. Carl Dixon doing the umpiring behind the plate.
And Boog, I'm not sure if it's because he sort of sets up higher than most, but one thing to be aware of with Dixon is the high strike. Not usually a big deal because most players are swinging at pitches up there, but we may see some surprise looks from hitters from time to time because that's just so unusual.
He's got it, and there's 2 away. Fans don't really understand the familiarity and relationship players and coaches have with umpires. I mean, you see them a lot.
Yeah, Boog, they're all out there trying to do their best and perform at a high level. So when you respect that, I think over time you can develop a relationship with them.
Adolis Garcia stands in now and watches strike 1. As the game has moved along, we see more and more information supplied by teams about the umpires. I've been in clubhouses where they have pictures of all 4 guys, nicknames, hometowns, and as well hobbies listed, just so you can kind of small talk the umpire a little bit.
That's great.
2 outs. On a line, base hit. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs.
Batting ninth, catcher Kyle Higashioka.
Here's the catcher, Kyle Higashioka.
And Boog, I'd say he's due.
Fought off foul. Two on, 2 outs. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Second inning here, no score. Swung on, belted. Going back. And it's gone. That's one way to quiet the crowd. Third home run of the season, and that's how they take the lead. It's 3-0.
That's a fun way to take the lead. Just hit one out of the park. Now, Boog, clearly some frustration out there on the mound right now. I mean, that ball was so close to going foul. Would have been a long strike, but instead, batter gets rewarded. Did a nice job of getting to the pitch and hitting it hard enough to get over the fence.
Stepping in, Wyatt Langford. Lifted in the air down the left side on Duhar. Sizing this one up, and that is that. 3-run shot for Texas this inning. It's now 3-0. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Back here in San Francisco, bottom of the second. And now here's the A's catcher, Shea Langoliers. This is a guy who is very highly regarded defensively. Fun to watch him control stuff behind the plate. Good game caller, good at framing, but it's that big arm that really stands out.
You come into the game knowing that unless the ball's in the dirt or gets by him, we're probably not going to steal anything today. So that's where you want to get a little more aggressive on your secondary lead and hope that some base hits, some slugs, some home runs can come into play. Well, I'll say this as a former position player and base stealer, when you come into a game and you've got a guy like this behind the dish with a big arm, you really have to change your approach. Can't try to steal because you'll get thrown out. Maybe get a little bigger lead, be aggressive on the secondary, but this type of guy shuts the running game down.
Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
That's right.
Batting fifth, right fielder Lawrence Butler.
Lawrence Butler, the next to hit. Rip right field. That's back there. That one way back, and it's gone. And they throw a pair on the board. It's 3-2. He only needed one swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. When you're lacking velocity, it's so critical that you move the ball around, change speeds, even try to trick the hitter at times. But when you give up a home run right there, manager doesn't have a lot of patience because the velocity's not there to overcome and get the swing and miss.
Zach Geloff now at the plate. And it stays fair.
Man, he just absolutely turned on that one, ripped it down the line.
Seven.
Nice job of
Left
staying in his
fielder,
mechanics.
Miguel Andujar.
Here's Miguel Andujar. Snap throw to first. Geloff back on a dive. Swing and a miss. And that's strike 1.
0-1's the count.
Runner takes off. Ball misses.
Ball, that's out.
and safe. It's a stolen base. And the tying run is now in scoring position. Man at second. Swing and a line drive slicing into right field. Hooks it away for the out.
Batting 8th, third baseman, Gio Urshela.
Here's Gio Urshela. So RBI spot, but Chris, this is a guy that is not really swinging the bat all that well here.
In this situation, you have a real good opportunity to get swings and misses and record a strikeout. I think you attack him in this spot.
Move to second. Geloff dives back in safely. Here's the pitch. Runner on the move. Next offering popped in the air. Right field. Garcia settles under it. And there's 2 away.
Batting 9th, first baseman, Tyler Soderstrom.
Tyler Soderstrom up next for the A's. Here's a guy who's been struggling so far this year. It's only late April, but still hoping he'll turn it around soon. Swing and a miss at a slider.
0-1.
That one fouled off. Tying run and scoring position here in game 1 of this 3-game set. That one
ball,
not close.
2 strikes.
And the count 1-2.
Ball 2.
Bradford checks the runner. Geloff
safe.
back in on a dive. Next one just misses. And the count's full. Yuri Ruiz in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. That one the other way. Langford snags it on the run. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run homer. It's now a 3-2 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. New inning getting started. Now it's the DH, Josh Smith.
Josh Smith.
And a foul ball.
Well, he's back out here for the 3rd, and after the first couple of innings, pretty rough. I think the skipper is looking for him to give him a little bit of length, see if he can save the bullpen some.
And now it's even up.
Well, it's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you had a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
Now fly ball to right center. Hauls it in for the out. And there's 1 away.
Up next for the Rangers,
Now it's
shortstop
Corey Seager.
Seager.
He was a strikeout victim his first time. In the air, left field, down the line. That gets down for a hit. Now he'll turn for second, and that's going to kick into the corner. And he'll pull in there with a stand-up double.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
Next up for Texas, Jake Berger. He has, as they like to say,
let me guess, Boog, light tower power?
That's right. Squirts away a little bit.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can determine whether or not he can score on that base hit.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Line to left and foul ball. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Tosses to first. Now 2 away. Nice job behind the plate there.
Well, big power guy right there and generating so much bat speed. It's hard to bring that to a halt once you've committed. He tried to check the swing, just couldn't do it.
Young in the box now. No balls and a strike.
When you're struggling out there on the mound, hitters know that there'll be plenty of opportunities within the at-bat to try to get something to hit hard.
Late that time, and it's strike 2.
He finds himself in a tough situation early. Just got to try to simplify it. Take a knock the other way if you can.
Inside, almost got him.
That's ball 2.
Good slider down and in can be so hard to get on plane with. You're better off taking that pitch.
Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Seager on at second with 2 down.
Counts ball.
Marcus Semien waiting to hit for the Rangers. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. 1 left for Texas, and it remains a 3-2 ball game. Bottom of the inning.
Leading
Now
off
here's the
for the
leadoff hitter for the
A's.
A's, Esteury Ruiz.
Esteury Ruiz.
Hard ground ball, base knock. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
He was all over
Now
that
that
one.
is
Couldn't get any air under it, but he
Jacob
smoked that ball
Wilson.
back up the middle. Timing was just perfect. Got great wood on it, and there's just no chance for the infielders with how hard he hit it. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
Jacob Wilson digs in now. Fly to left his first time. Inside.
Ball.
And that's ball 1. Tying run is at first here in the last half of the 3rd. Fastball for a strike. To first, and they've got him picked off. Now they've got him in a rundown. The tag out.
Man, you're feeling so good. You just got the knock. You're on base, and then right away you get picked off. That's just a tough one to swallow, especially after leading off an inning with a single.
Hard hit, base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
So important to get into the fielding position after you deliver that baseball. That is a scary one.
For the
Watch
A's,
your lips.
Designated hitter, Brent Rooker.
One down. Now the A's designated hitter, Brent Rooker. He's 0 for 1. And that's a fair ball. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with 1 gone.
Waste no time there. Ripped that one down the line and kept it fair. And even when you hit it that far out front, you still have to keep your hands tight to your body so you don't hook around that baseball and put it in foul territory. And that right there was perfect.
2 on, 1 out. Shea Langoliers up next for the A's. In the air, right field, pretty well struck, carrying well. Pulls it in on the warning track.
It's a really good swing. He just didn't get quite enough of it to beat the wind. It's blowing in from right field right now.
Right fielder, Lawrence Butler.
Now it's the right fielder, Lawrence Butler. He's already homered in this game. That one is absolutely belted. And it one-hops the wall. Around from second is the tying run. Not in time. He's got a double.
Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. Just an awesome swing of the bat, quick hands, and just launched the baseball. 108 on the exit velocity. Man, that is coming off the bat pretty good. I know he's feeling good about it.
So 2 down. Next to hit, Zach Geloff. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Late on that fastball.
Ball game is still tied. They can get out of this inning with a tie game.
A little out front there as he swings through it.
Very well executed changeup right there. If he can command the fastball consistently, that's going to be an important pitch in terms of him turning this outing around.
Out to short, Seager. Tosses to first. They limit the damage here. But a run will score in the inning on this RBI double. We're tied now with 3 apiece. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. And we're back
Leading
as we go to the top of the 4th. Here is Marcus
Semien.
Now Marcus, a career-high 45 homers in 2021 with the Blue Jays. He parlayed that into a 7-year free agent deal with the Rangers.
Well, these Rangers doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. It's not just the 3 runs they've already scored. On top of that, they forced this starter to throw more pitches than he wanted to at this point of the game. Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
And a swing and a line drive at a right field. Butler pulls that one down, 2 away.
And that pitch count is impactful because if they can keep making him work hard out there, it may force the bullpen to get involved a little sooner rather than later.
Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into center field. And that extends the inning.
Right there, does a great job of staying in the big part of the field. Man, there are a lot of hits there.
Here's the power hitting catcher, Kyle Higashioka. That one missed. Garcia off of first with 2 away. And that one is downstairs. And that's ball 2. And that is out of play.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
That's down and in. Wyatt Langford in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. 2 gone, but the go-ahead run is at first. Top half of inning number 4. That's in there. That is strike 2.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. So 1 hit is all they get to the bottom of inning number 4 now. All tied up at 3 apiece. And welcome back to the
Leading
ballpark.
off
Now the
for
left fielder,
Athletic.
Miguel
Left
Andujar.
fielder, Miguel Andujar.
Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did.
0-1.
Line drive to short and caught.
That'll drive you crazy as a hitter if you let it. I mean, he couldn't have
Third
hit that ball
baseman,
more on the
Gio
screws than he did,
Urshela.
and yet he's got nothing to show for it. Hang with him. I know the feeling.
Gio Urshela steps in. Flied to right his first time. Grounds one to short. Seager. Over to first. Urshela is out.
Now batting, first baseman, Tyler Soderstrom.
Next up for the A's, Tyler Soderstrom. Swinging a foul straight back.
This is important. If he can go 1, 2, 3 here, will be a very positive sign for him and for his team.
Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
The other way. Langford makes the grab, and that's the inning. And the A's are gone in order. Score remains tied at 3. Back here at Oracle
Leading off
Park,
for Texas,
here's the left fielder, Wyatt Langford. Springs back to work. Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike. And that one fouled off. That's off the mark, and a count 2-1. Fouled off. He was late. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. It's a leadoff walk, and that's the go-ahead run.
Second walk of the game for him, and he's been really
Now
patient
batting,
at the plate. The
designated
game plan
hitter,
that he's
Josh
sticking to. He's
Smith.
just not going outside of what he's looking for up there.
Go-ahead run on base. Now the number 2 hitter, Josh Smith. And the first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Check on the runner, and he's back standing. Runner at first with no outs here. Swinging a foul out of play.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
And downstairs.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
Cut on and lifted in the air. Ruiz on his way over. He's got it, and there's one down.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
Here's Corey Seager. The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. Swing and a ball lifted left field. Andujar makes the catch. And there are 2 outs.
Now batting, first baseman, Jake
And
Berger.
now Jake Berger. 0 for 2 in this one. Runner takes off. Throw. Save. Siggy, he definitely showed off the wheels there.
Yeah, and it turned out to be a bang-bang play. StatCast gives us the data, and that stolen base wasn't possible without that sprint speed.
Fastball in the inside corner for a strike. Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2.
2 strikes.
Swings and misses, struck him out.
Sometimes he wears the emotion on the sleeve, but that's okay as long as he's getting results. And right there, thrilled with the punch out to get out of a jam.
Back here in San Francisco, ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now here's the leadoff hitter for the A's, Esteury Ruiz. And the pitch is outside, ball 1.
Well, the game plan for this offense has been pretty clear. They're being aggressive at the plate, but still finding ways to pick their spots without falling into the habit of being over-aggressive. 5 hits for them on the first pitch alone, so they're swinging and connecting right out of the gates. And, of course, sometimes you need to be patient as an offense and let the pitcher come to you, but you can't argue with the game plan they're using in this one.
And that one is lifted in the air. Pilar on the move to the gap. Makes the grab, and there's 2 gone.
Now batting, designated hitter.
Now the A's designated hitter, Brent Rooker, 1 for 2. Two down, nobody on. And that one fouled off. That
One
one
ball,
misses.
2 strikes.
Now 1-2. 2 down, nobody on. Last half of inning number 5. That's towards center. Pilar moving under this one. Brings it in for the 3rd out. 5 innings complete. All tied 3-3. And we're back.
Leading
Here's the
off
third
for the
baseman,
Rangers,
Josh
third
Young.
baseman, Josh Young.
Young, a former All-Star, 27 years old, and he's driven in 8 runs over his last 10 games. Right through there for a strike.
That fastball, even though it's up, that's the velocity you want to go after. Low 90s, a lot better than trying to hit the high 90s.
Late swing fouled off. Next offering is downstairs.
1 ball, 2 strikes, the count.
Swing and a chopper out to short. Fires over to first. Now 1 gone in the top of the 6th.
Now batting, second baseman, Marcus Semien.
Here's the second baseman, Marcus Semien.
Come on, Athletic.
And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
Well, he didn't like those first 2 pitches. Now in an 0-2 hole, he's going to have to battle. Hope he gets a mistake.
1 down, base is empty. Stays alive. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
1 out, base is empty. Up and in, and the count 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
swing and a miss, struck him out.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Here's the center fielder, Kevin Pillar. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
Now, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. Timing on the swing was good. Able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach, paying off.
Rolled softly, but that goes foul. 2 outs. And a foul ball. And a swing and a miss. Strikeout number 8. 1 hit, 1 left. To the bottom of the 6th we go. 4, 5, 6 coming up. All tied up at 3 apiece.
See, every time you see me, I got something new. Every time you see me, I got something new.
Back now for the bottom of the 6th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Jacob Webb.
He's certainly been one of their better relief pitchers this season. The numbers are really solid, so they feel great about handing the ball over to him.
So now it's the 4-hole hitter, Shea Langoliers. Swinging a foul back. That's out of play. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. Bullpen action for the Rangers. Robert Garcia, a lefty, looks to be getting himself ready. Wynn, a hard-throwing right-hander, up as well. That one's upstairs, ball 1. Struck him out looking.
Now batting.
Lawrence Butler up next for the A's. He's already homered here in this one. Hit in the air, right field. Garcia settles under it. Makes the grab for the 2nd out.
Up next for the A's, second baseman,
Zach Geloff getting ready to hit. That one drilled left field, and that's just foul. A swing and a miss as he chases way out of the zone.
No balls, 2 strikes.
All tied up here in the bottom of the 6th. Ball 1 there. Strike 3. Got him looking on the changeup. And 1, 2, 3 go the A's. Still tied 3-3.
Now pitching.
Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Michel Otonez. This is his 3rd time out this year. Kyle Higashioka stepping in for the Rangers.
Kyle Higashioka.
Ball 1, no strikes. Right through there for a strike.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what.
Oh, gets dirty. Gathers and throws, and they get the out.
Well, Boog, as an infielder, you have to be ready for anything. In
Now
that
batting,
spot, it
left
required
fielder,
going to the
Wyatt
ground,
Langford.
getting a little dirty, and making a strong throw for the out. Great play.
Wyatt Langford stepping in for the Rangers. He's 0 for 1. In the air, left field. Puts it away for the out.
Hey, man, 4 pitches, 2 outs. That is an excellent
Up
pace.
next for the Rangers, the designated
Josh
hitter,
Smith
Josh
will hit
Smith.
next.
Let's go green and gold, baby. Let's go.
And there's a strike. Next
That's
pitch
a
is
ball.
downstairs. Two down, nobody on. Here in the top half of inning number 7. Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire strike zone.
And they'll do it again.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with a fastball slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Swing and a ground ball. Geloff. Third out, and that ends the frame. No runs, no hits, no errors. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. All tied up at 3 apiece. We're back in a new pitcher here to start
Number
the bottom of the 7th. Cole Winn. He last pitched 2 days ago. Now the left fielder, Miguel Andujar.
Left fielder, Miguel Andujar.
Slice to right, and it stays fair.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Now here's Gio Urshela.
Leadoff man is on. You got to be looking for the bunt here. Trying to get him into scoring position.
Late swing, fouled off. On the ground to second, might be 2. Over to Seager. Relay to first, double play.
Oh, man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
Tyler Soderstrom.
Next up for the A's, Tyler Soderstrom. There's a swing and a drive. And that one hops the wall. Around first and hustling for second. And that holds the go-ahead run at second base.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of this struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game. But all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
So, runner at second, 2 down. And now the center fielder, Yuri Ruiz. 1 for 3. Line drive. Fair ball. Now a relay to the plate. Save! In comes the run from second. 4-3, they take the lead.
Well, he comes through clutch with the RBI single. That was big. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the ball straight to it. That's great work right there. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Cole Winn out of the game, and he leaves in a one-run game. New pitcher coming on. We'll be back in a minute.
Now pitching for Texas.
Luke Jackson will take
Number
over here.
77.
Well, he's had trouble at times
Luke
keeping the ball in the
Jackson.
park this season. Something to keep in mind here.
2 outs, runner on first. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Jacob Wilson. Way inside.
Oh, the adrenaline's pumping right there. Pretty good fastball. Unfortunately, it got away from him. He's going to have to corral things a little bit.
Throw to first, and he's back safely.
Good.
A's leading by a run. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. He makes the grab, and that ends the inning. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. It's now a 4-3 ball game. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. And welcome back to the
Leading off
ballpark.
for the Rangers,
Now at the plate, Corey
shortstop,
Seager.
Corey Seager.
Otanez back to work. Towards first, and it's just foul. That was close. Looking to get the tying run on base. That one in there across the letters.
Well, we call that keyhole. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Going to count 1 and 2.
2 straight.
Just misses with that one.
Home plate umpires trying to tighten things up a little bit.
Got him looking. And now 1 away.
Pretty big strikeout right there to start this 8th inning. Down 1. Any leadoff base runner really makes this inning a bit more interesting. But now this offense has to switch from possibly trying to manufacture a run to needing to run into something or just try to string multiple hits together to get a run across the plate.
Next to bat, the Texas cleanup hitter, Jake Berger. And that's in the dirt.
No strike.
Trying to hold a 1-run lead, and we're in the top of the 8th. Just missed.
Ball 2.
Right through there for a strike.
He must have been looking for something else because he gave up on that pitch a little early. It was right down Main Street. Probably not going to see a better pitch to hit in this at bat.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
And the 2-2. And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. And 2 away now.
Oh, tough night at the dish. Punching out for the 3rd time right there. He just hasn't looked very comfortable at the plate. A little unsure of his timing right now. Not picking up the spin and location of these pitches. They'll have some adjustments to make.
Josh Young stepping in for the Rangers. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Swings through that one out in front that time.
Well, you got the hitter already chasing that nasty slider. If you're on the mound, you just want to expand the zone right now. Get a swing and miss and get through this at bat.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
And Remarkable command in that one. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. That's electric stuff out there on the mound.
Now pitching for Texas.
Taking over on the mound for the Rangers, Robert Garcia.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Well, one-run game, and now here is Brent Rooker.
Hitter, Brent Rooker.
That clips the corner.
Late in the game, everyone gets a little tighter. Way to get ahead on a really good hitter right there.
Swing and a miss. Nice changeup.
0-2 is the count.
Check swing on an 0-2. Appeal to first, and that's going to be ruled a swing.
Well, that at-bat seemed to be over as soon as it started. 3-pitch strikeout. You've got to be better at the plate right there. At least to foul something off, extend that at-bat.
And now here's the A's catcher, Shea Langoliers. Swing and a ball driven out to center. That's going back. Back some more. Say goodbye to that one. A towering shot to center. It's his 6th home run of the season, and they boost their lead. It's 5-3. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now. When you're working with this kind of velocity, so critical that you move the ball around, work quickly, and make sure that you keep that hitter off balance. Clearly not fooled by the location or the velocity. He was all over that fastball.
1 out, base is empty. And now, Lawrence Butler. Foul ball.
It's so hard to slow yourself down when you see that juicy breaking ball, but the most success happens when you try to take that right back up the middle approach.
One down, base is empty. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, when you throw the same pitch back-to-back, that's how you want to do it. Set him up in the strike zone, then extend a little bit from there and see if you can get him to chase. Nicely done with the slider right there.
Foul ball there. Here comes the 0-1. Base hit, left center field. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Nice line drive to the pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Robert Garcia won't go any further tonight. 2-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher.
Now pitching for
Here's
Texas.
a new pitcher from the pen,
Number
Obi
41.
Milner.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Runner at first with 2 away. Next up for the A's, Miguel Andujar. That's inside. Ball 1. Geloff, the runner at first with 2 gone. Now snap throw to first, and he's back in safely.
He's a master at hitting fastballs. You need to be careful with location if you're going to throw them.
Runner on the go. Now a high fly ball out to left center. Langford sizes this one up, and the inning is over. But the solo shot stretches their lead even further.
Now pitching for
We're
the
back,
A's.
and on the mound is the closer,
Number 19.
Mason Miller. He has a
Mason
great slider with tons of
Miller.
movement. So digging in,
Leading off
Marcus
for the
Simeon.
Rangers, second baseman Marcus Simeon.
That's off the inside corner, and that's ball one.
That was absolute gas. Triple digits on the gun. It's just a different experience as a hitter watching that go by.
And that's in there for a strike, and now it's even.
1-1.
And that one clips the corner. Swings and misses on the fastball up in the zone for the strikeout.
Now batting, the center fielder,
He's 2
Kevin
outs away.
Pillar.
Kevin Pillar stepping in for the Rangers. Yeah, that's fouled off. Miller, a 6'5" righty, 26 years old, and he was selected to the All-Star game last year. The 0-1.
Well, so many hard-throwing relievers in the game these days, you would think that hitters have made the adjustment, but I don't know if you ever get used to it. Just pumping gas out of the bullpen. So hard to play catch-up.
Misses. 1-2 the count.
And now a little barking back towards the umpire. Clearly thought he got that outside corner on what was a pretty big pitch. Sometimes that only makes it worse for you moving forward, but it can also open up that location in the future if the umpire thinks there's a chance that he missed it.
2-2 the count.
Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Now only 1 out remaining.
Well, it's kind of tough right here. A closer comes in and he strikes out the first 2 hitters. It's hard not to feel defeated and that this is going to go quickly, but you got to go up there, maybe trying to find a way to choke up on the bat, spread out, put the ball in play, and maybe you can extend this inning.
Garcia stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball.
Oh, that insurance run in the bottom of the 8th inning was so good to add on, especially with this power hitter at the plate. If he goes deep, you're still up in the ball game. Really good spot to be in right here.
I got a ball.
2 down, nobody on. Here at the top of the 9th. And that one almost hit him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Lifted to left, and that should do it. And that'll do it. The A's take the series opener here at home.
Well, they win the opener at home. First game of the 3-game series, and there's just such a good feeling when you're in your own ballpark, you're sleeping in your own bed, you're eating your clubhouse manager's food, everything's right in your world, and they played like it today.
The 5-3 final score in this one. The A's are victorious. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. Thanks for joining us.
Last night I wanted to call you with blood in my kiss